Have you ever caught yourself staring at your phone, wondering why your ex just liked a photo you posted from 3 weeks ago? Or maybe they randomly texted you about something so small, so insignificant, that it almost felt like an excuse just to talk to you? You brush it off. You tell yourself you're overthinking it. But that feeling in your gut won't go away. Something is off. Something doesn't add up. And deep down, you already know what it means. You just need someone to confirm it for you. Well, that's exactly what today is about. I'm going to walk you through 10 powerful psychological signs that your ex secretly wants you back, but is simply too proud to admit it. Some of these signs are so subtle that most people miss them completely. But once you understand the psychology behind them, everything becomes crystal clear. Stay with me through this entire video, because the later signs are the ones most people never talk about. Before we go any further, if you're new here, welcome to Psychotherapy. This channel is all about understanding human behavior at a deeper level so you can make smarter decisions in your relationships. If that sounds like something you need, hit that subscribe button right now. We talk about the real stuff here. Now let's get into it. The first sign is that they keep finding small reasons to contact you, and those reasons are almost never necessary. When someone is truly done with a relationship, they don't need to reach out. There's no pull. The silence feels natural to them. But when your ex keeps popping up with random messages, something deeper is happening. It might be, hey, do you still have my old hoodie? Or, I saw that show we used to watch has a new season. On the surface, these messages seem casual. And that's exactly the point. Pride doesn't allow someone to say, I miss you directly. That's too vulnerable. So instead, the ego creates manufactured excuses to open communication, without taking emotional risk. The contact itself is the message. The words are just the cover story. They don't really care about the hoodie. What they need is a reason to feel connected to you again. The more frequently these moments happen, the stronger the signal. People who have truly moved on don't keep finding reasons to knock on your door. The second sign is emotional reactivity that they try hard to hide. Most people think that if their ex seems cold or unbothered, it means the feelings are gone. But that's not how psychology works. Coldness is not the same as indifference. Real indifference is quiet and calm. It doesn't have an edge to it. When someone is truly indifferent, they don't care enough to be cold. But coldness requires energy. It's a wall that someone builds on purpose. And walls only get built when there's something worth protecting on the other side. Pay close attention to how your ex reacts. If you post something happy and they suddenly go quiet or act passive-aggressive, that's a reaction. If you mention going on a date and they become short-tempered, that's a reaction. If you start thriving and they suddenly start posting their own highlight reel like they're competing, that's a reaction. None of these look like love on the surface, but they are all forms of emotional engagement. They are evidence that you still matter. People only react to things that affect them, and things only affect us when they genuinely matter. The third sign is nostalgic references to the good times you shared, not the arguments or the problems, but the warm memories that made you both feel connected. When your ex brings up shared memories, a road trip, an inside joke, a song that meant something, they are reaching back into the emotional archive of your relationship. Psychologically, this is called nostalgic bonding. It's when someone uses positive memories to reestablish closeness without direct admission. They can't say, I want you back. So instead, they bring up a memory and watch your face. They measure your response. Do you smile? Do you soften? What they're really trying to figure out is whether those memories still mean something to you the way they mean something to them. The fourth sign is that their moving on doesn't look like genuine moving on. When someone has truly healed and found something real, their energy is calm and grounded. They don't need to broadcast it. Real happiness doesn't need an audience. But when someone is hurting and too proud to show it, they do the opposite. They move fast, way too fast. They jump into something new within weeks. And they make sure you find out about it. Through mutual friends. Through social media posts that feel strategically timed. They project an image of being completely over you. Here's the irony. The more effort someone puts into showing they don't care, the more they reveal how much they actually do. Real indifference is effortless. It doesn't need a performance. Performed indifference is exhausting and obvious. If your ex seems to be trying too hard to convince the world they're over you, there's a good chance they're actually trying to convince themselves. The fifth sign is asking about you through mutual friends or third parties. If your ex was truly finished emotionally, they wouldn't need updates about your life. They wouldn't wonder whether you're seeing someone new or how you seemed the last time someone saw you. But when a mutual friend tells you your ex was asking about you, that curiosity is anything but casual. That is someone who still cares, but whose pride creates a barrier. So they go around you. They gather information from the sidelines. They ask carefully worded questions to people who might have answers. This behavior requires effort. People don't go out of their way to get updates on someone they've genuinely released from their heart. The sixth sign is body language that tells a different story than their words. The conscious mind can choose what to say. It can rehearse a casual tone, but the body operates on a different level. It responds to what the nervous system actually feels. When you're around your ex, watch closely. Do they hold eye contact longer than necessary? Does their gaze keep drifting back to you? Do they orient their body toward you even when talking to someone else? Do they find reasons to be physically closer in group settings? Do they laugh louder when you're nearby? These are subconscious behaviors. They are the body's honest response to attraction that the conscious mind is trying to suppress. Pride is a mental game, but the nervous system doesn't play games. When someone's body tells you one thing while their words tell you another, trust the body. The seventh sign is that they test your availability without being direct. Maybe they joke about you dating someone new, watching your face carefully. Maybe they casually ask, "So, are you seeing anyone?" and then act like the answer doesn't matter. Maybe they remind you that they themselves are still single. All of this is probing behavior. They are checking whether the emotional door is still open, but they won't walk through it first. This is about risk management. They want you back, or they're considering it. But their pride prevents straightforward communication. So they test the temperature from a safe distance. They try to figure out where you stand before exposing where they stand. The eighth sign is that they've started improving themselves in areas that used to cause problems between you. Think about the friction points in your relationship. Maybe you felt they didn't communicate well, and now they're posting about emotional growth and reading self-help books. Maybe you wish they were more ambitious, and now they've made significant career changes. People do grow after breakups for their own reasons, but there's a difference between quiet internal growth and visible growth that seems designed to reach your awareness. If their changes feel like a performance for your eyes, there's likely a message embedded. The message is, "Look at who I've become. I'm not the same person who let you down." The ninth sign is that they become reactive when you genuinely start moving forward. As long as you remain emotionally available, they can relax. They don't feel urgency because they believe you'll always be there. But the moment your energy shifts and they feel it happening, everything changes. Suddenly, they're reaching out more. Suddenly, they're irritated that you seem different or distant. Suddenly, they want deep conversations they showed no interest in before. This is the emotional scarcity response. When something available starts to disappear, its perceived value increases dramatically. Their reaction reveals they were relying on your continued presence, even though they were too proud to acknowledge it. The 10th sign is persistent, confusing inconsistency. One week they're warm and open. The next week they're cold and distant. They pull you in close and then push you away. They seem ready to say something important and then retreat behind their walls. This hot and cold behavior is maddening if you don't understand it, but it makes perfect sense psychologically. What you're witnessing is the battle between emotion and pride. Their feelings push them toward you. Their ego pulls them back. They feel longing and move closer. Then fear takes over and they retreat. Then feelings rise again and the cycle repeats. This isn't cruelty. It's conflict. It's someone who hasn't resolved the tension between what they feel and what their pride allows them to express. Now here's the part that matters most. Even if every sign applies to your ex, you still need to ask yourself an honest question. Is getting back together what you actually want? And under what conditions would it be different this time? Unresolved feelings are not the same as a healthy relationship. Two people can love each other deeply and still be wrong for each other. Nostalgia is a beautiful liar. It shows you the highlight reel while hiding the daily reality. Before analyzing every signal looking for green lights, get clear with yourself first. What would genuinely need to be different? What would you need to see in real, consistent behavior over time? And remember, you should never put your life on hold waiting for someone to figure out their feelings. You can remain open to reconnection while still moving forward with your own growth and happiness. If your ex is too proud to have an honest, vulnerable conversation about what they feel, that tells you something about their emotional maturity. Real love demands courage. It demands the willingness to say difficult things and choose vulnerability over pride. If someone cannot do that, you have to ask whether that dynamic would ever truly change. Understanding these signs is about clarity, not manipulation. It's about seeing past surface performance into actual emotional reality. Once you have that clarity, you can make decisions from wisdom instead of confusion. The signs are there for those who know what to look for. Pride is loud, but emotion is louder if you know how to listen. I want to hear from you. Drop a comment and tell me which sign you've been noticing with your ex. Which one hit you hardest? Or if you've been through this and have wisdom to share, leave that too. Your experience might help someone else feel less alone. And if this video gave you clarity, share it with someone who needs it. We all know someone stuck in that confusing place after a breakup. Make sure you're subscribed to Psychotherapy. We're building a real community of people who want to understand themselves and their relationships on a deeper level. Hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and I'll see you in the next video.